The government of Zambia has said that it will engage Harare over President Mnangagwa selling out allegations he leveled against Lusaka. Mnangagwa was captured in a video telling Russian leader Vladimir Putin in St. Petersburg on the sidelines of an investment summit, saying that Zambia was now a threat to the region because of its relations with the West. Mnangagwa was seeking assistance from Russia to revive its two-decade-long economic woes worsened by isolation from Britain, America and their Western allies. Zambia, under the Hakainde Hichilema administration, is enjoying good relations with these countries, which damned Zimbabwe at the turn of millennium after the late President Robert Mugabe chased away the former white commercial farmers from their farms without compensation. Zambian Information and Media Minister Cornelius Mweta is quoted by a private daily newspaper Sunday saying the country's Foreign Affairs Ministry was engaging authorities in Harare. Zambia and Zimbabwe enjoy cordial relations. We are one people. On that video, we do not want to make a quick response, but our Foreign Affairs Ministry is engaging the government of Zimbabwe over the issue, he said. I also want to highlight that these matters are not for media consumption. That is my comment at the moment. In the video, Mnangagwa was quoted telling Putin that the West ditched Zimbabwe in favor of Zambia, and in that process, the West will run away. You see, the West has just begun consolidating its power in Zambia, our neighbor. You know, there was a time when Zambia and Zimbabwe were one. It was called Northern and Southern Rhodesia. It was made by one, the British, but they are now separate. And the Americans are now consolidating their power in that country, both in terms of security and in terms of financial support to Zambia to make sure that we feel lonely. And not so long ago, Mnangagwa was investing in trying to mend the relations between Zimbabwe and the West. But recently, as he went to Russia, he's saying that he doesn't want any relations with the West and is trying to persuade Russia to come and invest in Zimbabwe in trying to deter the West. How does that make sense? So which part is he standing on? Does he mean to think that Vladimir Putin is stupid or is slow in the brain or he does not know what's going on? Or does it mean that Vladimir Putin wanna go against Zambia? You know, he might also have some interest in Zambia. So what's so special about Mnangagwa who try to own a president like Vladimir Putin and pit him against another country in fighting his wars? It does not make sense. One can admit that Zimbabwe is having one of the worst presidents at the moment because his moves are not so wise and is making a lot of diplomatic blunders that are becoming hard to mend in the region and internationally. So the quicker this gentleman steps away from power, the better for him, because as he proceeds, it's not going to end well. Here at home, he is trying hard to consolidate power and stay beyond his term limits, creating a lot of divisions in his own party and fighting and killing people for a very long time, fighting his vice president, Constantino Chiwenga, who is also eyeing the highest office. So yes, a storm is brewing, and in no time, there is going to be more dead bodies in the streets as these fights are going to erupt even further. By the look of things, it doesn't seem like he is backing down. He has moved a gear up now. I've seen him frog marching ministers onto the podium, telling them to chant the slogan that he's going to be there beyond his term limit. That is 2030. So yeah, Zimbabwe, brace yourself because it's about to get interesting in no time. Dethrone Mnangagwa, former Mugabe spokesperson tells military. Late former President Robert Mugabe spokesperson Julius Mawarire has called on the army to stage another coup against President Emmerson Mnangagwa. This follows a widely circulated audio recording of controversial businessman and ex-convict Wicknell Jovayo boasting he now has grip over the government through Mnangagwa. Posting on Twitter, Mawarire said in November 2017, the military staged a coup against Mugabe, claiming to be targeting criminals around him, and an almost similar situation now as Jovayo seems to have self-confessed to capturing the state. If the Zimbabwe National Army did a coup to deal with perceived criminals around the president, isn't there now a prima facie case for them to do another, since this time, unlike during Mugabe's time, the criminals around the president are self-confessing? Hanzi ndakachibata kuti G. What is that? Is that state capture? Vakomana batai munhu. Come on, roll the tanks. Sandioma system yacho here, Mawariro said. In the circulating audio, Chivayo is heard boasting that he now has unfettered access to Mnangagwa, who, when he was traveling to Italy, spoke to him after all the protocols and promised to call him upon arrival.